to get to know you, but you're 40 light years away. You could come a little closer, but you're 40 light years
7:16, back with Colin
away.
James on the couch, miles to go, and we're just saying during the break, you know you're good when it's 19 albums, and this is the 19th, and there's still miles to go. Congratulations, this is the day.
Yeah, today, yeah, we've been waiting, you know, you finish your record and you can't really, you know, work on it anymore because you've lived it, you've done it, and then you have to wait a few months for it to come out, so it's always a little nutty.
Well, it's a celebration of blues once again, and obviously you're a big fan of the genre. You curate the songs. How do you choose, and how did you choose for this one, the ones that you would specifically bring back to life on this album?
Well, for me, you know, I've had the, I guess, over the different records over the years, I've done, you know, more contemporary records, and on Blue Highways and on this record, Miles to Go, you know, I knew I wanted to play blues. I knew I wanted to have a connection with the songs. Some of the songs I've done since I was a kid, I've known for my life, so there's a personal connection to all the songs. But really, I over-record. We record more than we need, much to the guys' dismay, because sometimes there's 25, 30 songs in 2 days that we'll cut. And then I go through it and I you know, really look at what I'm bringing to the song. Am I making a vocal that's gonna, because a lot of these have been done by Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf and some of the best of the world, so you got to make sure you're bringing something to the table.
And now we have a beautiful album, and there's a bit of nostalgia here, because when I was looking at the piece, I heard you write about your Gibson guitar in the reunion. And we had Zakk Wylde on this couch, legendary guitarist, and he was talking about his first guitar was like a 1980s deluxe Gibson guitar. So what was the magic when you had your Gibson back with you to make music for this one?
Well, years ago when I had the ES335, which is like, you know, it's very like the B.B. King guitar. You know, I had one when I was 16 or 17, and back then, you know, you're broke, you can't really afford any other guitars, so you have one guitar at a time. And that was my guitar from 16 to 19, and I think I sold it for something. I traded it, and it was probably worth way more than what I traded it for was. I was, you know 20-something, and you got to pay the rent or whatever you got to do. And in this case, I was 17 or 18, and I just traded it off. I sold it to somebody. And so I finally got my guitar back last year. You know, not the same guitar, but I got a nice one.
Reinventing it. And on a day like this, it's really interesting. I was checking Spotify, and this is like the era of how music is distributed. And that last album, 2016, you garnered huge momentum with Spotify. Do you like that as an artist now, of this is how people access what you put out there?
I have no choice. I mean, do I like it? You know, it's the way it is. I stream. I'm, you know, to one of the streaming services, and I love that. I love the accessibility. I think if I was 16 or 18, I used to have to go hunt out B.B. King records in libraries and stuff. So, you know, when you think about the accessibility that everyone has now, it's pretty amazing. I miss going into the record stores and you just discover new genres, but the way they curate the playlists, it's almost like, oh, hey, okay, we found something that we didn't know was out. Yeah, well, you know, and it's a funny thing, like Riding in the Moonlight, which is a song I've been playing since I was maybe 14 or 15. It's just an acoustic blues song. I've been playing it on the street since I was a kid. You know, I played it in front of liquor board stores here, and it got about a $1.5 million or some streams last year on Spotify. So that's gratifying, just because it's a song I've always loved. It's served me well over the years, and it's so neat that just by chance it got put on a playlist that kind of exploded. So yeah, well, blues fans are going to dig this. And I guess final question is, as we talk about Miles to Go, what is it about the genre for you that is just so re-energizing when you get to share this music? I suppose throughout my career I've had to not couch my love of the blues amongst more popular music, but I have had to some degree, especially in the earlier days, not against my will, but just the way it went. And then when I finally had a chance to do Little Big Band and some of the more authentic blues records, it's a chance just to kind of go, I'm gonna live in this, I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm gonna be this for now, knowing that I can write original music again and move on and do something different next time. This is 2 in a row, and I'm happy about it. Well, the blues are back. Miles to Go is out. Final question for the fans: when do they get to see you live with this music? Well, other than a couple gigs here and there, we're doing a concerted tour in March, April, and we're starting here in Victoria. and working our way out east to Halifax. So.
Love for the West Coast. We love it, Colin. Thanks so much.
Thanks, man.
Congrats on the album and this amazing coif. It's a beautiful thing. You rocked out great, sir.
All right, man. You too.
We'll keep it together. We'll start a club. Maybe.
There you go.
We'll see. Mary Cranston standing by. More of your top news stories. Mary.